I thought it would be fun if we traveled back in time for a second. We've talked about Los Angeles and New York City a lot, their sanctuary status. Los Angeles got their 11th bus of migrants. I'm sure 12 is on the way. New York City saw 100,000 illegal immigrants going through their city. I don't know how much is currently there right now, but many have described it as the city is a disaster. It's crumbling. This is unsustainable. Mayor Eric Adams has even said that himself. So how did this start? How did we get here? Well, it all started when these cities declared themselves sanctuary cities. So it says, mayors of NYC and Los Angeles pledge to remain immigrant sanctuaries. The nation's two largest cities have sharply limited their cooperation with immigration authorities. So this was back in 2016, and you see de Blasio right there, and he is signing orders to declare themselves a sanctuary city, which essentially means that they are not cooperating with federal immigration authorities. Which, when you think about it, how is that even legal? How can you even do that? Well, Trump tried to fight back about this, and in 2017, he said that he is not going to allow federal funding for any city that allows themselves to be a sanctuary city. And you kind of think that makes sense. If you're not following law, why are we going to fund you? Well, NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio, we will go to court immediately if funding is halted over sanctuary city executive orders. So they fought to keep their sanctuary status. And then in 2018, 30,000 people were marching in New York City to just go against all Trump's immigration policies, and they were marching for open borders. 2018, 30,000 people. And here's the actual irony of it all. And this is kind of fun for me because I'm going to tell you one of my red pill moments. You might not know this about me. I used to be a huge liberal. I voted for Obama both terms, but when Trump got elected, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. But here's the thing a lot of people don't know. Obama actually had stricter immigration policies than Trump. He actually deported more people than Trump, and they were all online, same page. Trump's border policies were actually the Democrats' border policies from just a few years earlier, but they were allowed to trick everyone and make them think that Trump was the evil bad guy. And then, of course, all the mayors and all the cities, we got to get back at Trump. So whatever he says, we're going to do the opposite because there. Remember the cages, right? The cages was a big thing. That was my red pill moment because when you actually looked at that, the actual pictures were taken, the ones that everyone was up in arms about, those pictures were actually taken in 2014 under the Obama administration. It was Glenn Beck at the time, you can look all of this up, Glenn Beck at the time and a few others that were actually on the border reporting on this, and they tried to give this story to every single news publication. No one would pick up the story. They were like, this is what's happening on the border, here's the picture, cages, no one picked it up. All of a sudden, Trump's in office and the pictures go everywhere, the story is everywhere, yet they forgot to mention where these policies originated and who implemented these policies. So just remember, 2018, 30,000 people in New York City were marching essentially for open borders.